Now let's move on to our next story where we're covering Mejja or Konko. Now he's talking about that delicate relationship between parents and children because it's not as easy as it sounds. It does not come as naturally to everyone to be a parent. Some people try and fail, some people keep trying, okay? It's just you're always trying to find a new way to make things work. You're always trying to find a way to raise your children in a way that they won't end up in therapy. Yes, they might end up in therapy, but let it be for something else. You know, it's always, you never know what you're really doing. You just hope you're doing the best for your children. Now he's reflecting about his past and how he grew up in a single parent household and how that kind of affected his outlook on life. And they had a neighbor who actually had like a complete, unit. It's mother, father, children, and they would go to church together. And he was very envious of such a situation. And that is all he wanted for himself, okay? But sometimes we are a product of our upbringing. Not all the time, but sometimes. And he goes on to say, he got to meet his father for the first time in Form 4. So that's a lot, but there really wasn't much to say. And then, later on he passed away, he succumbed to his illness, and it was a very sad thing for him, and he felt like they were connected because the day he passed, he actually felt he was very unsettled about it, and then later on he was told, your father passed away, and he kind of connected the dots. But he's now talking about his current relationship with his children. Now remember, Mejja has 2 children with 2 different ladies, and he goes on to say that was not really the plan, okay? Sometimes you plan and then God laughs. You have this agenda for your life and you're sure this is how things are going to work out, but life happens, and things happen. Anyway, he has 2 different children, and he's just talking about how he always wants to be a present father in his daughters' lives. Isn't that what we all want? We just want a dad who is there, a mom who is there, a parent who will just be there. However, when you're in a situation where you have to co-parent with another person, he just says it's very heartbreaking for him to pick up the kids for a few days and then return them back to the mothers, and it just makes him feel as if he is not a good father, regardless of the fact that he does try his best to be a good father. So now, given this, the stories that surround Mejja all around the internet, it's very easy for you to form an assumption about him. But let's be honest, he's not a deadbeat dad, okay? Let's just be honest. We have not had a story of somebody coming to claim, oh, Mejja, you don't take care of your kids or anything. So we need to give him props for that. He's handling his business. We never have baby mama drama with Mejja. He just says he's lucky that he didn't get crazy baby mamas, which is very lucky by the way. Imagine two different units coming together and figuring things out. However, there are challenges, but he says luckily they are grown enough to handle these challenges off of social media. The only problem we had with Mejja in his personal life was his ex-girlfriend who is actually in another relationship, and she just kept, shooting shots at, shooting those snide comments and everything, like what Steph London is doing with Burna Boy right now. Like, you guys broke up. Why are you sending subliminals? Why are you making TikToks talking about you're a mama's boy? So that's the only challenge we had with Mejja. But other than that, you're doing great, sweetie, okay? Keep doing what you're doing.
I feel like sometimes it's one of those situations, especially with like Steph London. She knew going in, like the first few months of your relationship, like you already
know
can
who
tell
this person is.
This is a baby mama. This is not a baby mama. This is a mama's boy, like through and through. Him and his mom are attached to him. Like everywhere she goes, he is there. Like they're together, and not just him, but the sister as well. Like the whole family works. Basically, I think Burna Boy's management is basically just his family. That's pretty much how it works. So how dare you come through and now start saying, oh, you knew. Like, this is not new information.
You knew what
you
was
knew
happening.
when he was dogging on you the whole time.
Allegedly the Rasidika. I said allegedly very quickly, okay?
Moving on, and really simply before people come for us. Look, I think Mejja is one of those people who's just like, I don't know, he's very unproblematic. He's just a guy who likes his Tumblr and who likes to party. Like, I feel like that's his whole MO. Everything about him is never known, never seen in public. He handles his family affairs very, very correctly. In fact, if you do not know him, you would think he's never even had a baby mama. But look, he has two, and he's dealing with fatherhood the way he best can. And I love the fact that he had such a strong connection with his dad, even with them not having lived together or not having had a really personal connection. Let me tell you, it's very difficult for you to try and establish a relationship with your parents if you haven't had this growing up. It is difficult. So for him to even get to a point where he not only had a personal relationship with his dad, but in addition to that, he was able to still feel that kind of energy between them, that's amazing. That is really, really amazing. I am happy for him. And we are sad for the loss of his dad. Rest in peace, Baba Mejja. And we hope that you guys continue to live like a very cordial life with your baby mamas, because trust me, it can get really sour really quickly, but you guys are handling. You're handling, and you're handling it well. Well, do you have an example of someone who you think is handling their co-parenting very, very well? Let us know. We want to give up some shout outs, because like we're always trashing everyone and the baby mamas and the baby daddies, but if you know someone who's actually dealing properly, let us know. We want to shout them out. We want to give them some kudos and some, makofis kidogo, because trust me, it is difficult from what we have seen online.